Hey everybody, Eric Johnson, Dallas, Texas. Welcome to my theater room.
Hey guys, Tony here. Welcome to yet another room tour. Let me introduce Eric, an active member and contributor on my Discord server. Links down in the description of this video. We all got to see his room upgrades in real time as he shared the highs, the lows, and everything in between with the community. Eric created a very cool space that has a dual purpose: TV viewing and a projector. In the video, you will see how he has done all of the automation for this room. I'll also go over all of the gear and the products used in an attached description. A massive thank you to the community for helping me to hit the milestone of 30,000 subscribers. And as always, if you'd like to support the channel, hit the like button on this video to help it reach a wider audience. So let's get into the video. So the room dimensions are 12.5 by 20 feet and 8 feet high. Eric's first step was to change the color of the room. All of the paint is Sherwin-Williams, tricorn black 6258 for the ceilings. The walls are dress blue 9176. Rather than following typical movie room design, Eric chose blue for his walls to give the room a more welcoming feel. The carpet was also replaced Home Decorators Collection in House Party 1 Charcoal 1 shade. I'll leave a link to this down in the description as well. The cloud panels were made by Eric and placed at the key reflection points to absorb sound bouncing from the ceiling. The wall acoustic panels were also made by Eric following the guide from Two Guys Tech. I'll drop a link below for a very detailed guide on how to make these movie poster acoustic panels, so check it out if you're interested. The wall sconces are Philips Hue Appear, and there are 4 equally spaced on the side walls to give enough ambient light so that you can comfortably see where you are going. It also creates a nice mood, and they are controlled through the Home Assistant automation, which I'll show you a little later in the video. Seating is Octane HR Flex and features blue LED lights and USB charging. Eric ordered a row of seats with built-in risers, but ended up removing them as he decided to stick to a single row instead of 2. He can always add a second row later. The configuration is a love seat in the middle with a single seat on either side. Moving to the front of the room, there are a set of block-out curtains to cover the big windows. Quite a bit of work was needed here to close off the room and also prevent light from coming in. Having windows also made screen mounting a bit of a challenge. The wall was built out from the 2 windows at the front, so he decided to add black vinyl over the glass so that all that could be seen from the front was black. Mineral wool insulation was used to fill the cavity, with 3/4 inch MDF used to cover the windows. There are also hinges to access the windows and to meet the building code for 2 egress points. They were painted in tricorn black, and as mentioned earlier, the curtains are Amazon Basics blackout curtains. Eric made a point of telling me he really likes them as they do a great job of blocking light and sound while still being heavy in weight with the white backing. The last major work done in the room was the installation of the Mitsubishi 9K BTU mini split air conditioner to keep the room cool. It all runs through the automation with Home Assistant to keep the room cool during those hot Texan summers. To solve the problem of having a dual-purpose room, Eric installed a Sony Bravia 85-inch TV, which is mounted on a media console he found on Amazon. It's used to create the look that a TV is wall-mounted and doesn't impact the window and the MDF setup. As Eric spends quite a bit of time in this space for video conferencing, general TV use and gaming, he wanted to go with a TV to save on the bulb life of his projector.
You ready to watch a movie?
Let's do it.
For big screen viewing, Eric installed motorized Screen Innovation Solo 2, which is 110 inches 16 by 9 in pure white with a 1.3 gain. There is a 12-volt trigger which connects to the projector so that whenever the projector turns on, the screen comes down, and when it is switched off, the screen goes back up. The projector of choice is the Sony 295ES native 4K projector, and Eric loves the combo of the TV and the projector. He prefers the TV for general viewing so that he can minimize the usage of the lamp, and also keeping the room feeling special when the projector comes out. Moving along to the speakers, we have a 7.1.4 configuration with 2 subwoofers. The brand for all speakers is Definitive Technology with Power Sound Audio Subwoofers. The front left and right towers are the DT-BP-9060, which are a bipolar tower speaker with a unique design, as they are in an acoustic transparent speaker cloth wrapped all the way around, making them a non-reflective surface during movie time. They are active speakers with a Class D amplifier and having a sensitivity rating of 92 decibels for 1 watt at 1 meter. Eric loves the way they fill the room with sound, an intentional result of the bipole configuration. For the center, we have the DT-CS9080, which is also an active speaker with 2 8-inch drivers and a 1-inch tweeter. Sensitivity rating is similar at 91 dB. The speaker is also wrapped in acoustic fabric for blending into the background. The 4 surrounds are the DT-SR9080 bipole speakers with 2 1-inch tweeters and 2 4.5 mid-bass drivers. They have been placed over the shoulder height and pointed down to the main listening position. These speakers create an effect of being further away from the seated position than they actually are and match nicely with the front soundstage. The overheads are the DI-9R speakers to create Atmos and overhead effects. These feature an 8-inch driver and a 1-inch tweeter. They also have a switch to increase the high frequencies and are a stealthy mounted speaker, mounting flush with the ceiling. These speakers have been placed according to the golden triangle and are equidistant from the left, the right, and the main listening position. The subwoofers are the PSA V1813M, which are an 18-inch subwoofer front ported, and they are configured with the direct bass control, an add-on feature to the processor which I'll discuss later. These massive subs shake the room and give a tactile punch to the seats during action movies, featuring a front vent design with the amp producing 1920 watts RMS with 4300 watts peak. The cabinets are designed for efficiency to cram as much driver as possible into the almost 3-foot long cabinet. I'll have links down in the description to all of the speakers and the subwoofers shown in this video. The AV cabinet is the Middle Atlantic 44RU VRK 44-36 and sits inside the closet to hide away. Covering off all of the gear starting at the top of the rack is the Zidu Z1000 Pro, which Eric purchased after watching one of my videos on the Zidu. Anyone who watches my channel knows I'm a pretty big fan of the Zidu media players, so I'll leave a card up above if you're interested to find out more about these awesome players. We then have the Xbox Series X used for gaming. The Panasonic DP-UB420, which is a highly capable disc player that does tone mapping and is also used for all of Eric's physical media playback. The processor is the monoprice Monolith HTP-1, which is a 16-channel processor that has balanced XLR outputs and supports Dolby Atmos, DTS:X and Orei 3D, and has compatibility with the direct bass control, which Eric has used for the bass management in his setup. He has also been able to use direct to get an incredible bass response for his room. For powering his passive speakers, Eric chose a Monolith 7-channel amplifier for his bed layer. The amplifier is 7 by 200 watts per channel with XLR and RCA inputs, which can be switched between with a toggle. The 9-channel amplifier was a slight oversight at the time, as processors count subwoofers as channels unlike receivers, so Eric thought he would need to power all 16 channels for the future to potentially add front wides and heights. These amplifiers feature 3 channels at 200 watts per channel and 6 at 100 watts per channel, which works for his overhead speakers. To keep the gear safe from power surges, there is a APC SmartUps C1000. To keep the closet nice and cool, there is an AC Infinity Aircom T8, which extracts all of the hot air. Additionally, there is a Cool Components Slim 6 for closet air intake and a High Flow Pro to exhaust all of the air out of the back. Eric also has a 20 bass server which he made himself for hosting his media rips for the Zidu and other home automation functions. As mentioned at the start of the video, this theatre is automated with Home Assistant. Eric has set up a virtual machine using Hyper-V, running a Home Assistant image to control all of the room's functions. Home Assistant has a wide range of support for quite a few ecosystems and works to marry everything together where literally you are only limited by your imagination. Eric has the Hue lights connected to the Harmony using an emulated Roku to automate things like pause and play, which will dim the lights or brighten them when you press pause or play. Further automation actions were done using sensors sensors at certain times, and the room lights will turn on with Google Assistant as well before you enter the room. If HA turns on the theatre room, Harmony will then turn on the air conditioner, lights, certain scenes, and this all happens automatically. The projector screen and TV are all automated with Home Assistant, so Eric has virtually a voice-controlled Harmony remote that controls the room and eliminates the need for additional remotes. So guys, let me know what you think of Eric's room down in the comments section, and if you have any questions about the setup, including the room automation, make sure that you drop a comment down below as well. You can also join the Discord server, the links are in the description, where you can connect with me and Eric and other valued members of the community. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you show Eric some love by smashing that like button for him, and consider subscribing to see more room tours in the future. If you're interested in having your room featured on the channel, be sure to shoot me an email, the link is down in the description. Again, I'd like to thank everyone for watching, and I will have more room tour inspirations coming very soon. But that's it for this one, you'll catch me in the next one. Bye for now.